Newsfirst Newsline with Faraz Shaukat Ali.
Good morning, I am Bandula Jayasekara. My friend Faraz Shaukat Ali, the regular host, is enjoying his Christmas in London, and you're joined by me, and there are two young guests. But before that, I want to say something which I went for a funeral yesterday in Kurunegala, in Kobegane. I was very sad. They were grieving the death of their 82-year-old mother. And then comes a politician. There were so many politicians who came and went. Came this politician, and then first the two cameramen jumped out and they started videoing it. Till that there were no videos. Then the politician pays respects. Then certain people surrounds him and he talks to them. And that mother was forgotten. She was no more. The family members were sad. Friends and relatives were sad. And some of these people, I felt maybe it was fixed, but I'm sure the politician didn't know, rallied round him. And I asked one person, why, did you come to see the politician or did you come to pay your respects? I felt very sad, and I was joined by some of the family members. And also the politician brought another member of parliament. I don't know from the area, but maybe from the district. But I don't think, I looked at the faces, people didn't like that politician. And I'm saddened. I have worked very closely with President Mahinda Rajapaksa. I have my respects for the good deeds he has done. And I have said it openly when I had to say it, which he knows it. But he shouldn't have done what he did yesterday. Or he was misled by these people. You don't need photographers, you don't need cameramen to come for a funeral. It's a private occasion where people are saddened. I hope, and the other politician he brought is very unpopular, Johnson Fernando. I don't fear to say names. It's a truth I'm speaking. It's a truth. So I hope he understands. I hope he listens to some people who would not mislead him. These are not done things, and I would tell the viewers, please, you can invite politicians for weddings. I'm sure they will come to pay respects when people are gone, but they should not bring cameras and insult these people, because these are private occasions. The next thing is, there are two editorials. One, the Diviner, the sister paper of the island, and other one in the state-run Daily News. I'm very happy because I say thank you to my friend Lalit Alahakon, the editor-in-chief of the Daily News, as well as to Jayantha Chandrasri, the editor-in-chief of the Diviner. They are on the same page, private newspaper and a government newspaper, but they are taking on the parliamentarians. Look at what Lalit says of that sitting allowance, and the Diviner says, are you looking for a job? If you are looking for a job, please try to be a member of parliament. They are trying to increase the allowances, sitting allowances, from 500 rupees to 20,000. That is a 400% increase. And like Divine says, I think it's difficult for us to apply to be a member of parliament, because I don't think our viewers are killers or they deal in illegal activities. And I think they're very open, innocent people. But looks like they're having the time of their lives, and it's very good that the media has got together. And I would commend Lalit for taking this up, as well as Jan Sansen. I saw it in the Daily Mirror also. And please watch out, and please put pressure on your MPs. This is not the way. We got to live, we got to coexist, but not when they are having the time of their life. We have two youngsters today. We want to give an opportunity to the youth, and they are talking of human rights. It's not about Geneva. So I'm going to give them the voice, and I'm going to get this young girl and the young boy, or young boy man, to introduce themselves. Amanda.
Good morning. I'm Amanda Besingha. I'm a volunteer working towards the promotion of human rights in Sri Lanka.
I'm Ashan Pereira. I'm working on promoting human rights education.
Now, what's human rights? Is it only Geneva, or what's human rights in the way you see it?
I think it's human rights are inherent values of human beings, being treated fairly, treat others fairly, and having the ability to make the best choices in our lives. Share our ideas, care each other, love each other. That is the real meaning.
What's the name
human
of your
rights.
organization, the Human Rights?
It's The Road to Rights.
The Road to Rights. Okay, you founded. When did you get started this?
When I was small, I started.
How small?
When I was grade 4, I started a small club in my village.
Yeah, which school did you go to?
At that time, I was in primary school in Piliyandala.
Then you moved into?
Then I went to the Piliyandala Central College. Then after that, I went to the Royal College, Colombo.
Yeah.
So I started my social work activities at that age. But after
Why do you feel it when you're a very young person?
there was a small family next to our house, and those kids were not going to school, and they were always waiting for us to come home after school to play with us. Even in this competitive society, we didn't have anyone to play, so we were always waiting to go home and meet them and play.
So more than school, you thought of this family, and you felt that they had no opportunity to go to school.
Exactly, and I felt the importance of teamwork, love, and that strong feeling. So that's how I started. Then with our team, we help people, other kids, things like
Right,
that.
Amanda, now you are a volunteer. When did you join them?
I joined this organization last year, that's in December, so just 1 year.
What made you join?
I got to know about the organization from one of my friends, and I was initially I was just interested in providing some sort of voluntary service, which I was interested in. But however, once I joined the organization, I realized how they look at human rights, and then I realized it's not a subject that only the people who are in a situation where the human rights are breached. It's for us as well.
I mean, from a girl's point of view, tell the viewers what's your interpretation of human rights, and after that, Ashan, you can say what's your interpretation of human rights.
My interpretation of human rights is that it's not necessarily this declaration which is on paper. It's about just thinking a little bit more about the people who are around you before you do something, and also think about how it affects the people around you. So if you not only ask for your own rights, if you just think about the fact that the others also have rights, that will build up a society where people think along the lines of protecting others' human rights as well as our own.
Yeah, give some examples before I move to Ashan.
Yeah. For example, we discussed about, for example, for education, we say, okay, a student might argue saying, I have a right for education. He could be a bit violent about it and request for it. But however, you actually have the responsibility of gaining that education for yourself. There are always two sides to human rights. It's not always about demanding what you should get, but there's a little part for you to play in it as well.
Ashan,
Yeah, adding to that,
because you are the founder of this young organization.
so adding to that, when it's come to education, it doesn't matter where you live and what are the resources you have. If you feel the responsibility towards education, you can be responsible about that. And we have seen there are famous world leaders have started their journey learning from street lights and all. Like you can start with your own resources. If I'm responsible about my education, I care about my sister's education, my brother's education, my friend's education. That's how we should take it. In human rights, we have heard about 30 articles. In that 30 article, we have 29 article, which is responsibility. So I strongly believe that is the hub of this human rights concept. If you have the responsibility, then you can make an impact to the ground. It doesn't matter the place. Your classroom, your school, your family, and your community. End of the day, it's our world and
In
the country.
short, you're saying, don't be selfish.
Exactly. Because if you have the ability to care each other, love each other, share each other, and respect each and everyone's independence, this society would be a better place. The change we are talking
The
about.
right to follow any religion, or like you said, not to follow religion, that's also human rights.
Exactly.
But now, in your view, are we a responsible society? Let's talk of Sri Lanka. Are we a responsible society? Both can answer.
Yeah, I think we are a responsible society to a certain extent, but I think we are led by certain groups. So when it comes to young people, when it comes to children, as well as adults, we are not in the right path of moving to that responsible society, I would say, especially when it comes to human rights. I have seen an experience when I work with, especially in the grassroots level, also the higher levels, when we talk about human rights, they are like, oh, I'm not into this topic, or don't talk about it. Oh, is it about...
So people think it's a bad word,
it's
human
a bad
rights.
thing, yeah. So it's about negativity, it's about violation, it's about war. They think like that, but I don't think that is not that negativity side. It's something really positive, and it's something which we can use for betterment of the society. It's not a tool to control the society, but it is a platform to develop the society.
Is America trying to control the world by using this tool? Be free and open, express the youth.
A lot of people will have different opinions about it.
What's your opinion?
Yeah, so when it comes to controlling...
you don't want to go that far?
No, I'll just make a small comment. So when it comes to any country or society, there also should be a certain amount of control. But whoever who executes that control should be aware of what extent they're going towards it, whether it's actually going to dent the humanity, or whether they're just doing it for the sake of, having some, control in the society. So whoever who's, giving that control out to a certain community of people, they should be aware of the extent of which they use it on. So I think that's...
So in your view, now, some time ago we had a former minister, Mervyn Silva.
Yeah.
He tied a government servant to a tree. You think that was his rights, human rights? Mervyn Silva, but we are talking to different audience in...
Yeah, I don't agree with the fact that he has a right to do that.
That's what I want.
Yeah, it's just that, like I said, whenever you do something, you should be aware of what sort of harm or what sort of effect it inflicts upon the other person. So if you think in such a way that you do something and you always think of what will happen to you as well as to the other person, you wouldn't really go into extents as such. You would think, okay, it's going to affect someone in a bad way, so I wouldn't necessarily do it.
You all are the youth, you all are the leaders of tomorrow. Have you got any plans to conduct workshop for our parliamentarians?
Yeah, excellent. I strongly believe in conducting workshop and also educating people about human rights, especially the all level of the society, parliamentarian, police officers, army officers, because then only we can create this inclusive society. Otherwise, and I also believe in change has to come from the ground. The people who are living in the ground, even the bus driver, they are the one who are moving in the public. They are the one who should bring this concept up. But at the same time, from the decision and policy making level, they have to create that space for us. For that, they have to understand the real meaning of human rights. And I also strongly believe in that if we have a society where human rights are established, we can move to the development and the peace building process fast.
What's your age group?
In my organization, it's 15 to 29 and young people, but still we are working with adults and also children, because I believe that it is not a society of young people. If we are trying to make an impact, we have to take the step from our adults. We need their guidance, we need their advisor, we need their experiences, and also we also need to think how kids want to see the world in the future. So young people are strong in that way. We are the middle group of both of them.
Like, Amandana, how have you, like your parents, have they encouraged you? How is the interaction? How do you see with the bridge between your parents, adults, and your... Because you joined as a volunteer,
Yeah.
that's what I want to know.
So initially, like we mentioned before, human rights is a sort of a shunned subject. People don't want to talk about it. So just like that, I also came from a family, we don't get into that subject. So when they got to know that I'm volunteering at an organization that is connected to promoting human rights, so whether it's voluntary or not, it's just human rights that comes up. So they were kind of hesitant about it. But still afterwards, like I said, the way they look at human rights and the approach this organization has on it, my thought of line, it changed as well. So I made sure that I went and brought that down on my parents as well.
What did they say? How
Yeah,
did they respond?
so there was a just like I understood, there was a clear transformation in their mindset as well. So that was something that, I think I achieved something there from this organization.
And the daughter was able to go and tell the parents, this is human rights.
Yeah.
Because they had misunderstood it before.
Yeah, because actually it's because, they're sort of they're victims of this whole mindset people
Of
have about
Geneva.
Yeah.
So how did they respond after you explained to them?
So just like me, they said, okay, so that's where human rights came from. Initially, not necessarily. Geneva was not there when they had when they adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
But it changed. This is where the problem. This is what I want to tell our viewers. It's not just Geneva. These are basic
Exactly.
rights. I think we have to take a short break, and we'll be back with you in a moment.
Newsfirst Newsline with Faraz Shaukat Ali.
Welcome back to Newsline. We are discussing human rights with youth of Sri Lanka, Ashan and Amanda. Let's continue in your how simplified. Can you give us example? This is what our viewers want to find out. Your organization and as youth, what difference have you made since the inception of your organization on human rights? What impact?
Since I've been working in the grassroots, I have seen the ability of making a change in the ground from the people in that grassroots level. So we always focus on young people. So we have already designed a program where we can reach grassroots schools and educate them and discuss with teachers and educate their parents and the communities. So we have started that program since 2009-10, and we can see this is a youth-led group. Young people are making decision and young people are leading the group. And we have seen, without getting any benefits, there are so many young people out there in the ground who's promoting this concept now. So that is why we are so strong on promoting and developing this platform. Even in Vaunia, Ratnapura, Piliyandala, Galle, even places like that, there are young people. Some people are not even educated. They are taking this message forward.
Have you been to North Jaffna? Have you been to North?
I've been to. I have worked in Vaunia. I work with school kids, also teachers, and also a few politicians there to promote the human rights education and this concept.
How can we promote human rights with our politicians?
Yeah, it was very hard, but I strongly believe we need everyone's into this framework. Otherwise, some people would say, no, we have to promote this. This is our idea. It's political, maybe commercialized, and we are not into that. So I believe that we need to get everyone involved. But I'm happy to say there are people who are happy to believe what we are talking about.
Ashan, how did your family, the parents, you started this as a young man?
Yes.
What's the support you get from your family?
I think they are supporting me very well. Like even before when I started talking about human rights, they got scared because they also came from a village, like a small family, and they're scared because the society is talking about different thing on human rights. But after seeing the results from the society, and after seeing that result, they are actually happy about.
Have they lost all the money they had trying to help you and promoting and giving you? Have they lost all the money?
I mean, they are spending a lot on me and my activities, but I think everyone's believing in a good society. That is where we want to live. I think they are still believing in me and they are still supporting me even I'm 25.
They haven't given up on you as yet.
No.
I also must tell the viewers, young Ashan Pereira contested to be the chairman of the youth parliament, right? Youth council, the Commonwealth Youth Council, and he went to Malta, and he, unfortunately for Sri Lanka and for Ashan, he lost, but he became second out of 8 contestants. Yes. So that's an achievement, and this young man has gone around, but I am telling you, don't lose your head. This is what lots of people start this and they change. I think when I met you first, and I was very impressed how you explain human rights to me. That's what really we invited you to this program. Very impressed. That's what and then I saw briefly when the South African all had Mandela Day, things like that. These are very important, but you should take this to the masses. What are your future plans to take this to the masses?
Right now we are looking at promoting and establishing the organization in other part of the country. We have already started that. As an example, we organized the International Human Rights Day celebration on December 20th in Piliyandala, gathering people from all part of the society, three-wheel associations, law association, association of doctors, and all part of the society. So we are trying to create that culture of promoting human rights and promoting being responsible, that culture in other part of the country.
And I must tell the viewers that this young man is going very far, and I think I can remember with our good friend and colleague Shamir Rasuldin, who is our director of news. Young Ashan also was one of the was selected as 10 most young outstanding persons. Which year was that?
2014.
So that's where in 2014 with our own Shamir Rasuldin, and then he also told me that Shamir had reached out to you with open arms.
Yeah.
So I mean we are glad about your achievements, but I know you are going places. How are you going to take them with you to go places? How many volunteers have you got? How are you going to work with them together? It's not only about Ashan.
Yes, because right now we have over 200 volunteers in Colombo, and we also have small clubs in other part of the country, and I'm happy to say that our club is in 15 countries.
15 countries.
15 countries as a youth-led initiative, and they are promoting this concept with their pure passion and the commitment. So recently we started an exchange program where we bring students from all those 15 countries to the Sri Lanka. They work in our schools promoting human rights education. At the same way, we have also started the platform where our young people also can go to their countries and promote human rights and work with the young people in those countries. We have established that platform, and I also believe that it's not about one person or one group, it's about people. Human rights are about their dreams, our dreams, and our hope.
Right. So I'm going to throw Amanda and Ashan, I'm going to throw you all a challenge, and I'm sure our management will support me in this request. I'm going to throw a challenge, and I'm sure our channel, our network will work with you. You all are talking of the youth. Why don't you all invite the young Malala Yousaf, who won the Nobel Peace Prize? Invite her over here. Let's do something.
Yes.
Will you take the challenge?
Yeah.
As a youth organization, it'll be great, to gather youth, because we have the YFM, the youth, we do a lot with youth.
Yes.
I'm going to throw a challenge today, 24th of December. When will you get her down? No, I think it's what I'm suggesting is we can really rally the youth. Yeah. It's a great thing what you all are doing.
Even with our program, we believe that if we can't take Sri Lanka to the world, let's bring the world to the country.
Yeah. Do that and get back to me very fast. And also, now you're talking of human rights. And I think we have 5 nationalities in this country. When you can do human rights or anything if we go as trilingual nation.
Yes.
What are you all doing on that to bridging the communication gap? Have you all concentrated on that? I've seen your youth in all nationalities are together. I've seen that, which is very welcoming.
Yeah, even our group is also composed by all ethnicities, with people who are coming from all religion. Even when we are doing programs in Vaunia, Jaffna, we are using their language, and we also had a program where
don't say their language, it's our language.
Yes.
We are Sri Lankans, because it's very important to promote the Sri Lankan identity.
Yeah.
Don't say theirs on them and ours. I think we should get out of that.
Yeah.
Don't you agree?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, even we have also started an exchange program where people from all part of the country can come to one place and share our ideas, even though we are not.
Tell the viewers, look at the camera and tell the viewers how they can participate, how they can send their children to you all.
Yeah, we are on social media, as well as we have a website. It's
give the links, we have no problems.
www.roadtorights.org. You all can log into website and send you an application, or you all can find us on Twitter and Facebook. It's the Road to Rights. You all can type and send your request and application. Anyone can be a part of it if you really believe in promoting human rights education and making an impact to the society.
Amanda, now tell me, now you're talking of the youth. How is this? Is there a gender balance? Yeah.
Yes, there is. Actually, I haven't seen I haven't been in a situation where we worked at a program where we've only had boys or we've only had girls. I think it naturally fell in place where a lot of the volunteers were, there was a good gender balance, of course.
This is purely a volunteer organization.
Yeah, it's purely
no financial implications, no, because that's where people change, unfortunately. I know you need a certain administrative, I understand.
So this is a youth-led initiative, as I mentioned. So we designed the program, and we run the program, and we lead the program. So it's about our passion, it's about our commitment, it's about how we want to see the world in future. So
Amanda, how do you want to see the world in the future? Tell the adults who are watching this.
Personally, I would want to see a world where people would, for example, I would take an example from girl guiding. When we were small, as little friends, we always had to do a good turn each day. So we should write it down, I helped someone like this. So I would like to see a world where people would, exist to help others, because then automatically they will also be helped, and there'll be a lot of support for everyone and not necessarily a lot of conflicts. People would think a bit more, go that extra mile and think about the others as well.
Ashan, I give you a chance to say the same thing.
Yeah, I agree with Amanda, and I want
Don't just agree. You have your point.
Yes.
You get
I
it
want to
across.
see a world where people love, care, and share each other. And I want to go to any part of the world, any part of the country, and say what I want to say, and work with anyone, and express myself. And I want to see a world and a society where everyone have their own independence and their own space, where we can express, children can express themselves, young people can express themselves, and adults also can express themselves. And in that society, I strongly believe we can go towards the development sector. We can reach each and every goal.
Yeah, I wanted to tell both of you all, it's a very sad situation. We have had Dr. Ajit C. Esperra here, who is differently able, who met with an accident, and he's on a wheelchair, unfortunately. He has a sad story. He's fighting for the rights of the disabled people. There are no facilities. Even at temples, churches, or mosques or kovils, no proper toilet facilities. When the hospitals doesn't give those facilities, there is a big issue here. Yeah. What will you do? Because we need to care for them. They can't go to an ATM machine. People are talking so much, talking shop at times, but it's not happening here in this country. I think that's a basic right. What will you do for that? And will you take that campaign?
Yeah, exactly. When we are promoting human rights, it's about people and also humanity. It doesn't matter how they think, how they are, and what they are believing. So it's everyone, even they are in LGBT category or disabled or in other marginalized groups.
Let's highlight on the disabled. We have a problem in this country. Amanda, your thoughts?
Personally, like you said, that's basically everyone should be treated equally. So what
but
we
they
could
have
do
no facilities here. How would a youth group, because you all can take this.
As an example, in our Road to Rights group, we have a group of young people who are believing in and working for rights of disabled people. So we are actually taking that message forward, and even in our programs, when we are our main focus is educating people, especially forward the 29th Act responsibility. So then in that responsibility, we have also focus about disabled rights and other rights. So that's how we educate people.
Thank you, Ashan. Thank you, Amanda. That's all, and I'm really glad that we managed to bring this to youth to discuss, and I hope the parents, the adults listen to them. We like to wish our viewers a happy Christmas. I would say a peaceful Christmas, because the message of Christmas is about peace. That's what the Jesus Christ was born in a poor place, not in shopping malls or anything what we have tried to commercialize. So we, as our network, we like to wish you, and also my friend Faraz, who's having a good time in London, to wish you a peaceful Christmas. And we are not going to have Newsline tomorrow. It's Christmas and having a holiday. On 28th, 29th, 30th, Sonali will join you, and I'll be back with you on the 31st, which we are going to review the year in 2015. And on 1st of January, we will come to you from a different location. It's going to be a different program open in the new year. Thank you very much, and I wish you a peaceful Christmas.